So here's the thing. We all know you have a gambling problem. And it's time for you to come home. We all know you're not buying cigarettes. We all know you're not buying milk. You're gambling again. And you keep fucking winning. And we have too many presents now. Stop. Come home. Throw away some of our presents. Because we can't do it because they're too expensive and too fun. And we now have no self-control. And you've given us ADHD. Just put us in a tent somewhere. Give us 3 pairs of socks. And tell us that we made a mistake. That will be our new love language. How was that? Was that, you think you could, do you think you could take that part and start a Netflix special with it for comedy humor? .net. So anyway, about the gambling problem. We're going to watch this interview or listen to it, and then we're going to play TXR again.
I mean, since last time I was here, I put out my new single. I shared that last night, and it's just been crazy.
Wait, hold on.
I was really excited to release
Sorry,
it.
1 second.
Offset on it.
I'm just going to put it out there. I think, I'll say it quietly, I think me and Madison Beer, we might make really good scene girl, or we might make really good, like, emo kids, I think. Oh, shit. Don't even get me started on this one. I wish I didn't have to say these things.
Which is really dope. And sick, obviously.
It's really good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a good little tune.
Thank you.
How'd that happen?
It's a bop, as the kids say.
How'd you and Offset link up?
It's actually kind of a funny, weird story. So I had a few other people that I really wanted on the record that are much smaller than him. And I know Drake like fairly well, and then I went to the show that obviously they're opening up for him on. And
actually, wait, hold on.
Watching the show, and in my head I was like, how sick would it be?
Why is it trying to stop me?
One of the Migos on the track, and Offset in particular was who I was really hoping for. And then I mentioned it to my manager, and he was like, he kind of laughed and was like, that's kind of a long shot.
It's a reach, yeah,
he's like, but we could, send it to their management, I'm sure, and like, you never know what could happen. And we sent it over, and they were like, yeah, the boys are on tour right now, so we'll let you know in the next few weeks if they're interested. Like, not even like they're interested, you'll have it in a few weeks. It was like, we'll let you know if they want it.
Right.
And then the next night we got an email with Offset on the song, and they were like, he loved it and wanted to cut it that night. And they were like, they were like, now all you gotta do is fly to Texas and give us some money. Perfect.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really sick though, and he's been like so supportive of the record and just so like hands on with everything too. I feel like people assume that rappers are like cocky and have an attitude. He was so nice. Like when I was on set with him, I was kind of scared to go into his dressing room.
Right.
And then I went in. He was like, "Why haven't you said hi sooner?" Because you intimidate me, dude.
Right.
And then he came out and like introduced himself to my whole family, and my 16-year-old brother was really regretting not coming to the shoot.
You messed up, dude.
Yeah.
You messed up.
Well, let's not gloss over the fact you're friends with Drake. We just
I know.
I
wanted to circle back.
That was like a subtle.
That was a
like,
real no big deal, subtle brag.
Yeah, we do brunch every other week. It's
no
big deal.
Oh my God.
How do you know Drake? How does this happen?
I met him a long time. I met him at like 3 years ago at his Labor Day party. He does this ridiculous party at his house every year.
Another casual.
Another
casual.
I was freaking out.
How did you get to the
Because
party?
my friend is good friends with him.
Okay.
So I went with her, and then I brought my now ex-boyfriend with me, and we just went, and I was kind of like fangirling a lot, not gonna front or lie at all. And then he just was again like so ridiculously nice, and so he's honestly one of the most humble people I've ever met.
He's also from Canada.
Yeah.
Canadians are nice.
He's a Toronto guy.
Yeah.
What kind of food did they serve at Drake's Labor Day party?
Great
I don't think
question.
there was food. I think there was a lot of alcohol.
He didn't have food?
I mean, I didn't see any food, but
Wow.
I was
I'm sure there was food. I'm sure there was
Her
food.
fucking last name is a lot of alcohol.
But he's really sweet.
What the fuck do you mean, bitch?
It's pretty. I always feel like I expect these grandiose things at these parties. Remember when to Diddy's party and the food was terrible? I
What
just
the
wanna
fuck
throw
do
that out
you
there.
mean?
fucked up.
What did
When you
I
nod
talked
your
to
head
him.
yes,
First of all,
but you
it was
want to
just-
say yes,
No,
what
it
the
was
fuck
like
do you
empanadas
mean,
that like
Where was it
terrible.
here?
It was in Miami.
In Miami.
That
This
is
Miami
Miami,
Music
yeah.
Week, like end of week party.
Yeah.
Oscar was there. I saw you there. I was like, 3 years ago now.
Good. I know his son, Christian.
Yeah. Well,
They had a full table of full-size candy bars, like every candy
that
bar
was
you
nice.
can imagine.
wrong with
Time
that?
out.
Which is great.
If I can finish the damn story.
Sorry,
okay?
go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
Just
Gee,
shitting on
everyone's
Diddy's
jumping
party.
down my throat over here.
I don't remember food.
I like the snacks.
You don't remember
Because you
anything.
black out all the time. Literally every time we go out.
He did one round at the Ciroc bar and he was done.
No, I didn't
Jesus.
drink that much that time. I
My
just don't
God.
remember any
We
actual
left
food.
Calvin to go to the party.
I
You
know
were
that.
blackout by then.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, it was like stale empanadas and like piss poor fries. It wasn't even good stuff.
Oh,
It was.
man.
I was very disappointed. I was like, this Diddy shit's gonna be fucking like.
You thought it was gonna be like
Hell yeah! I was
private
like,
chefs, like
fucking
fucking shit up.
Yes, caviar. I was gonna see
You know what, Diddy? If you were listening, I had fun.
some exotic fucking fish. I don't know some.
I had
Some
a
exotic
good time.
meats.
Right, man, no.
Ostrich
Exotic
burgers.
fruits.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like a frat house or like hors d'oeuvre.
I had a good
setup.
time here.
Okay, let's not compare Diddy's party to a frat house.
No,
party.
it was like a fancy frat house, but it was like a makeshift
A frat
Ciroc
house,
bar.
you just get covered in champagne.
Yeah.
You don't like
I
leave
did
with
enjoy that.
food.
True.
There's no food.
Shaq's party was better than my Diddy's.
Yeah, Shaq had Shake Shack.
Shaq
for
was
sure.
that was like a festival.
Shaq
That wasn't a house
Yeah.
party.
That's all that
I-
That's
yeah.
a sentence. Wow.
Yeah. Did you take a couple notes from
Shake
Shaq?
Shack.
I'm just throwing it out there. Shake Shack was. Oh, and Krispy Kreme.
There's
Yeah,
there's
Krispy Kreme
parties in LA
donuts.
that these guys do like this huge party
Yeah.
every few months, and they have In-N-Out trucks and like all this crazy
That's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, it's insane.
I feel like LA is more about like a house party scene than it is
Yeah.
about like clubs per se. Am I wrong? Am I?
You're dead wrong.
Why? I'm
Dead
dead
wrong,
wrong.
really?
Wow, but everything closes so early over there.
Yeah, but okay, maybe there's house parties after the
Right,
club.
the
So
after
one more,
party.
I'm not dead wrong per
No, but-
se. That's just
You're
like
half-
I
you're
mean,
like-
But I'm also
You're
not.
comatose
I'm
wrong.
also not the kind of psycho that goes out after the club.
Comatose
I'm
wrong, I like it.
It closes at this time for a reason.
Now we're
You
talking.
just insulted all of us.
All right, yeah,
so thank you for
because-
that.
I'm sorry.
Because we are those psychos.
We're big
Yeah,
after
yeah,
party
yeah, yeah,
people.
No, I
Wait,
can't.
what time's the clubs close up there?
And like
That's early.
Yeah, that's early.
And that's not like 2:30. It's like
Yeah, hard too.
1:55.
I thought the
like,
clubs closed
Dude,
at
Jersey,
3.
It's like 1:45.
Yeah.
They kick everybody out.
If I'm not
but
like-
I will be.
Huh.
I used to
Do
go
they?
out a
Well, then I'll
lot.
make sure to get there at 1:44.
And then I would go out afterwards every night. I just got so sick of it, and
Yeah.
I
Burns
don't-
out.
I'm so burned out. I actually can't last more than 5 minutes to like gouge mine. I can't. I seriously
Wow.
can't. I'm like, I need to get out of here before I
I feel like that last.
Yeah, we were out last night.
We're at Marquee.
People are going, why does this guy still
You
have
also
teeth?
have to
He
be back here
says
at
stuff
5
like
a.m.,
that,
so
and yet
it's
he
not
still
like
has
we're
teeth.
Just went straight.
Yeah, we're straight here. Yeah, we're still up. It's been a long day.
They haven't
As you
slept
should
yet.
be.
Yeah, exactly.
Took like a
Because I'm a simulator.
Did you? It must be nice.
I get my
Nice.
kicks
Yeah.
out of proving my
Nice.
point
Yeah, no,
and
this is
not
from
getting
last
hurt.
night. I didn't move while I slept.
Got you, got you.
That thing doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
Yeah. I get at least 2 days out of this.
I mean, so you're burnt out. You're only 19. This is crazy to me.
I'm
Yeah.
so burnt
Well, because the
out.
last time we spoke
She's
to her, she was
giggling.
all about
I'm
it. She was
telling.
like, yeah, going out's fun. And now it sounds like you're totally over it.
But this thing, she's
You'll
compacting.
never find me in the club.
You see, you're compacting like years
Yeah.
of life experience into very
Why?
small time.
Because are we
frames.
playing hide and
You are.
seek?
That's my life, yeah.
So, do
Like
you,
I went from 20 to 30
Right.
last year, and now I'm done. Now
I
I'm
skipped a
done.
decade.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
do you ever get scared that maybe you're kind of like missing out on that, like, you know, just, I don't know what the wording would be, the early 20s were
Like
just,
not caring.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Do you ever
caring,
worry
it's-
that
I
you're
know what you're talking
missing out on FOMO?
right.
Or having to
that.
be
Do you
that,
ever
like,
worry that you're
Sure.
not having enough
It's like
FOMO?
you, like,
I do at times. I feel like I miss out more on like prom,
Right, right.
camp, but high school. I only went to
Yeah.
6th grade in
Yeah.
middle school. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
I've been homeschooled since 7th
You're
grade.
missing a
That's
whole experience
crazy.
of like waking up with vomit in your hair, you know what I mean? Like, you're missing that whole
It's
experience.
you don't
I
get
think
such
she's
me.
good
I
on
can't
missing
even
that.
drink.
You're
I
missing the
can't
whole
drink
FOMO
alcohol
experience.
because I'm that much of like a lightweight because
Right.
I've never had a college or high school experience.
Yeah.
I,
What's
on the
on
other
your
Shot, and
hand,
I'm like,
am missing out
That's-
on all the
that's-
not
I've actually
FOMO
gotten that way. Now she
experience.
really is
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
30-year-old. I'm that way.
Yeah,
these days.
Java's literally just.
You can help me.
I have-
I can
have
help
one
you.
beer,
You can
and
have
I
some of my
think there's
FOMO,
no chance that you're just gonna have one
and I'll
beer.
give you, and then you give
I almost
me
drove off
your
a shot
not
of tequila the other
FOMO.
day.
Yeah,
I
one shot.
had to sit down on my
One
couch
shot.
and eat
Eat
bread
and
and
drink
drink
bread.
and
Because
drink
I'm
water.
suffering.
Yeah,
That's
off
all.
of
That's
one
all
shot
you
of
drank though.
tequila.
Is one shot of
It
tequila.
was
Yeah,
bad.
I'm kind of glad though. I feel like a lot of like college and high school
Right.
are messy.
It really is.
It gets messy. That's where you learn your limits, but a lot of kids
Right.
don't. They like push it a lot
Oh,
before
yeah,
they
no.
find
I've
their
been, like-
limit.
Just watch Barstool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm also like such a mom. I've always been the
You're the mom, you're the
caretaker
mother
of-
hen.
Yeah, like I'm always the designated driver. I'm always the one who's like picking up on I've got them.
You're dragging your friend away from like him hitting on her, basically. You're like, you're
Yeah,
that girl.
oh
in the
yeah.
group, yeah.
I'm like, you're not going home.
Yeah, yeah, you're like, no.
Let's go.
No. This guy's had
No.
Jonas here for 3 days. He's like, we're not going home.
Literally.
Too funny. But I think what you were trying to say though is like, is there anything where you go out where you find yourself in a situation where you're excited versus like being jaded when you're showing up to like a club? Because I think I know what you're talking about. Like when you do it so much,
it becomes normal.
Yeah, like we all went out when we were like teenagers to like teen nights and stuff. So by the time we were 21, we could go to real clubs. We were kind of like over it. Whereas all our friends who'd never gone out before were like, "This is amazing! Like this is nuts."
I mean, in LA, you kind of can go out when you're 15 years old.
Right.
No one says anything to you.
Okay.
If you're on a 1 hour club.
Yeah. Right. That's fine. We can
It's
believe
okay.
that.
They threw my 18th birthday party, so it's kind of public.
Sick.
That's kind of on them, I think, at that
But
point.
no, it's like, I feel like I'm grateful for it in a sense because I honestly don't think it's like a healthy lifestyle. I feel like you get sucked into that a lot.
For sure.
And it's kind of negative. I think it's better to, never go out and go out once.
Right.
Like 6 months and have it be the best time.
Right.
Whereas I used to go out and just be like,
Well, it turns into a job almost. You feel like you have to go out or else you're missing something.
It's a chore.
yeah, and
It's
you
a
get
chore.
FOMO over nothing.
Right.
And then when you go, you're like, this is what
Like, why
I was
did I
I'm
come
standing
out?
around just kind of looking at people.
That's kind of the way I feel now that we moved to Jersey City.
It's like a very heavy bar scene over there.
Too many.
And it's just too easy to go out and get
Yeah, I can't get into
We're like within walking distance and stuff.
But you skipped the whole bar scene and went straight to One Oak.
Yeah, I do.
One Oak doesn't
And
like
now
us.
and now I'm like in bed
exactly.
by 9 p.m.
Actually,
One Oak doesn't like us.
Specifically doesn't like it. He can't get into One Oak.
I
but
couldn't get in there.
yeah.
That one
Why?
night.
What
No,
now?
it was just
What
one
did you
night.
do?
It was one night.
They don't like the way it looks.
friend that false. The friend that set it up forgot to put enough pluses on
They
it.
knew your hair was
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, fuck
They're
that.
like,
Definitely.
is this? How old is that gel, dude?
like I can see it's not.
He was the saddest man while we went inside
He was.
slaving away.
There was like a bunch of us that did. Yeah, of
Yeah, I
course
left
we did.
him.
Assholes.
No,
That's fucked
he wasn't
up.
alone. He wasn't alone. He wasn't
I would
alone.
never leave one.
We
of
only
my
lasted
friends.
Thank you.
I had to use
You're
the
a real
bathroom. I
one.
used the bathroom when I came back out in my
we're
defense.
literally just
Okay?
in there for 20
What?
minutes.
That happened.
You came back out like 45 minutes later
I
to
thought-
say like, oh, sorry, there's
I
nothing
didn't know
we
where
can
the
do.
bathroom was.
Sorry.
I didn't know
It's
where. I didn't. It was my first time there. I know where the bathroom was. It's a
It's
whole
fine.
lap.
Yeah,
You had to
sure.
go
You
downstairs.
really weren't
Uh-huh.
missing anything.
Yeah,
You looked a
it's
lot
fine.
cooler not being in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, right.
I
Pacing
appreciate
outside the line was not. He did not look that
Okay,
cool. I
sure,
promise
sure.
you.
I would've-
I was with the rest of the people in our group that were promised to get in that couldn't get in. It's fine. We went somewhere else. We had a good time. It's all good.
Yeah, we
Better
did.
time.
It's fine.
It's okay. We've made amends. That's fine.
We just had to get that off our chest.
Yeah.
One of us was upset about it. It's
I
fine.
get it.
It's okay.
One of us.
One of us.
I wasn't that upset about it, guys.
One
Where
of
else did we
us.
go that night?
One of us.
There you go.
Yeah, shout out Lava.
Shout out Lava.
Big shout out Lava.
Lava always
I'm
does
sure
us
they really
right.
appreciate it.
Is he the sacrifice?
that little boost we're gonna give him there.
Shout out to Lava Marquis.
He needs us to bother them in front.
All right, let's talk about your music. I mean, so Hurts Like Hell. It's very. You scare me when I hear the lyrics to this song.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Because
Good.
I only know about
so
Madison
you're like that
because
angry,
of her,
angry
or him.
girlfriend, basically.
I mean,
Oh no, I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm like you're gonna.
Yeah, really?
I'm like
Okay,
you're
okay.
gonna watch me do good and
Okay.
probably cry.
Do you want them to cry though?
Yeah.
Because that seems a little bitter.
If you treated me poorly,
Right.
Right.
maybe.
You got it coming. Type
or
of-
both.
Yeah, like it's kind of
Or
just
both.
like I'm sorry that you decided to not give me the love I deserve,
Wow.
and then now you're gonna have to
Sucks to suck. Yeah.
Yeah, like sucks to
Wow.
I see. I feel like you're saying this very calmly, but I'm imagining like keying somebody's car.
Oh, I would
those things like
Wait,
that.
did you see the Nick saga?
What?
On Old Row?
No.
That college girl that was banging on. Did you see that?
Oh, she was like keying the shit out of his car.
Wait,
No,
are you
that's the
talking about
crazy
the
one.
There's a one where this girl's like, my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend keyed his car, and we had her on footage, and I have him to watch it with, and it's so foul. Like it's this girl with her boyfriend taking a selfie, he's kissing on her cheek, and it's pictures of the security camera.
Oh
this
my
this
God.
ex-girlfriend.
No,
keying
that's
the
aggressive,
car,
though.
And I'm like, oh, if I was that ex-girlfriend, I'd be so hurt. I'm like, wow, I look so bad.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
No.
be keying people's cars.
Don't keep people's cars. But this girl, like this, I guess this dude was.
Or
in-
do.
in
I don't
room
care.
with Another girl, and this other girl that he was talking to, or his girlfriend, whatever. Knew there was another girl in there, but the kid wouldn't open the door, so she's banging on the door. She's
Do
like,
so
"Nick,
as you would do
why
anything
you
else.
Do this? Like, just pick one of
If you
us.
should,
Like,
then
all
do
that.
it. If you
Just
shouldn't,
making
then
yourself
don't.
Look so
Pick
dumb.
one of us.
Yeah.
Like, why
She's
are you
like,
even
why are you
wanting to be
doing
in the
this?
running anymore?
Oh,
Like, go
man.
move on to
Yeah.
another guy.
She's like, I'm gonna call your mom.
Yeah.
Like, terrible. Oh man,
See,
it was bad.
this leads to a question though, because I think you more on the table with this one. We're gonna throw you under the bus.
Oh, okay, cool, great.
So, how long into talking to somebody should the other person you stop like seeing other people
Oh,
outside?
okay. Yeah.
You're not officially
I think
dating.
you're asking
Right.
the wrong person.
Suicidal ass
Tell us.
motherfuckers.
I'm
They're
like,
jockeying
sorry.
over who I'm gonna
I
kill.
don't know. I
They're
can't
trying to make me
feel
choose someone to
love.
kill.
Even just like talking to someone really
comedic ass,
I
suicidal ass
put myself out there a
motherfuckers.
lot,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've only ever had 2 boyfriends, and both of them have been like non.
Don't worry, I find it hilarious, but the problem is that I find it irresistibly hilarious. Did it just end? Did it just straight up just end? It ended. Well, I guess I'll have to pull over.
Jets were just 3 years
Oh, wait.
later.
No, I don't have to
Like,
pull over.
I don't know. I just don't get myself into things. So if I'm going to,
Yeah.
I expect that if you're
That's even
talking
funnier.
to me,
Yeah.
you're not talking to me. If
Right.
you are, then you're not.
They
Guys,
they confirmed
Fair
it.
point there.
I
they
think
just-
that's kind of
the
just
Illuminati
crap.
just
You're the king of
confirmed
the- of
it.
this whole
That guy.
subject.
And
You're
I
that
think,
guy.
listen, I'm
Whoa.
all for like if you're upfront about it and
Right.
you're like, hey, listen, like until we're in a relationship or exclusive, I just want you to know like I'm not.
You
your
say that
boyfriend.
now, though.
No,
I don't
I
know.
swear, I swear, I've always
Gambling
been
ass,
guys who have
taking
been
chances
like,
ass
Then that gives you
motherfuckers.
the option. If they're upfront
because then
about
I'm
it,
like,
you
if
can
you're
make the
doing stuff,
choice.
let me do stuff
Right.
too. What
It's
do
either you
mean?
can make the choice to be like, okay, I guess I'll go on a couple of dates with other people, or listen, I'm not into that. Like, let's part ways.
So that's
100%, yeah.
it gives you the
but
option.
I think, you know, if you have like something special with somebody,
Everyone's afraid of Madison because she might suck their
Right.
penis.
Yeah.
And if
you're
she
vibing
sucks your
that
penis, it's
strongly,
over.
The thing is, you don't want to.
It's over.
Exactly. Like you should be in the honeymoon phase for the first like 2 years.
I want it to
So
be
if you're, like,
over.
a
Because
month
wise
in-
beyond her years. Wise beyond her.
I've been through a lot, dude. If you're like 2 months into talking to someone, your eyes are wandering.
It's not a good sign.
That's a red flag.
I've tried suicide, so I figure maybe
disagree. Okay, and I've never cheated on someone
what
in a relationship before.
what might
there
work
is that
better than
gray
suicide.
Well, cheating
First
is
of all,
different.
cheating
Let's
is
not
different.
do
Cheating
sucking
is like
my
you are
penis
officially
is
made it
probably
exclusive.
going to be
But that's
more
my
effective.
point. I've never
We're
been
talking about leading up to that. At what point?
It's gonna be
That was my
worse.
question, so thank you. I understand
Okay,
how the
because
how the
suicide
concept
isn't bad
works.
enough.
My whole thing
Because
is
I
this.
keep surviving
I'm saying
suicide.
I've never been somebody to cheat in a relationship,
So I need
I'm a very
to
honest person
escalate
when
it.
it comes to those things.
Right.
But I will say there is that gray period within like.
I
when you
definitely
first start
won't
talking to
survive
someone.
Madison
So do you let
sucking
the
my
girls
penis.
know?
What do you mean?
At
Like
all.
if you
Of
first
course
start
you do.
What do
talking,
you want to know?
if you
There's
first
no
start
chance
talking
you
to
do.
someone, do you let them know like, hey, like
If she asks me, yes.
so you
So
like
you'll say,
live
I'm hooking
omission
up with
type
other
of
people.
deal?
I don't get guys.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Guys just want
You
to
really
die.
need to, like, get your
No.
dick wet that
Guys
bad?
just want to go toys, toys, toys,
That
toys,
just
toys,
makes no
and then
sense to
die.
me. I just always get so boggled by this. I know dudes that are like, yeah, I hooked up with like 5 girls last week, and I'm like, you make me actually.
No. I'm not.
Nauseated.
She wants to
I
vomit.
wish. I wish. No.
No, I don't think that's cool. But I'm not. But I'm just
Unless
saying.
you're 12, it's
Right.
like.
I mean,
She's
Guys just want to play with toys.
And
If I was 12
And
and
then-
then 5 girls,
and
I'd
then
be
die.
pretty-
That'd be pretty
It's like,
sick.
I don't
Pretty
know, I
psyched.
feel like it's also just disrespectful to the girl. Like, I don't know, no girl wants to know the guy she's hooking up with is like.
How does one
But see,
respect
You're
your
not
girl?
official though.
No. Okay, well,
Yeah, but so then
you
you
have
like.
a
Give
point,
us
and
the
you're
rules
allowed
to
to- you're
respecting
allowed
a
to-
girl.
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
I agree. Because there was a point like where I was talking to my ex-boyfriend now that like I didn't know if we were exclusive or
Right,
not.
that's what I'm saying.
But then you know it's like he understood. There was a point where there was this other girl that he was hooking up with.
Girls want to be
Right.
disrespected.
did you know about her?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if
I
you
knew.
don't
And I-
respect
I
them
already
by
knew.
being
Sure.
So.
by being respectful, then you're being disrespectful.
So she was like out one night and she kind of went up to me and was like, "Why aren't you doing this anymore?" And he just totally blew her off and was like,
So if I don't respect a girl, I mean, if I don't disrespect a girl and I respect a girl, then I'm being disrespectful, and I've therefore disrespected a girl by being respectful.
You make the choice.
And therefore, seppuku exists.
No, but if
You can
don't
either
know,
commit
then
seppuku,
sure, but I mean, I've always kind of
or you can deal with girls.
a month now, I feel like we've been-
I think
A month. I'll give you like a month.
I've determined
honestly, like,
that dealing with girls is actually exactly 100% the same thing as seppuku. But the problem is that every time
So
you
this-
commit
I was
seppuku,
thinking
you start
so that's when we
hallucinating.
keep going to the other questions we had about
What's
if you slept with somebody on the first date, would you go on a date? I mean, that's
yeah.
a hot topic we can talk
That's a
about.
hot
I mean, I don't think you feel like super sexually attracted to
Right.
somebody.
Right.
Is that a sin?
No, but okay, thank
But
you.
no, it's not a sin.
You-
'Cause guys
Like,
are
you find
simple.
that to be, like, unclassified.
If
it
you
change
respect
your
us, you
viewpoint?
respect
He
us. If
said
you
yes,
disrespect
he
us,
said
you
some
disrespect
girls.
us.
Situation.
This is
And
my
we're
thing.
either gonna play with
That
toys
a
with you,
lot of girls,
or we're gonna turn
and
you
I
into a
am
toy.
guilty of this, tend to change
And then we're either gonna kill you or we're gonna die.
So
Right.
you would've said that
It's
was
very
girl,
simple.
I think it's so
You know what women do?
much.
Women say,
She
"Oh,
probably
I want eggs for breakfast," and if you make them eggs, they sue you.
kind of like if a girl had a guy before who was like
They
so
sue you for everything you're worth,
so
and they say
I'll
you
sue
abused
it,
them
and then, you
because
know,
But see,
might not
even
you
be
put them in a
that,
compromising
I agree,
position,
I
that
agree,
kinda
and then you
I'm
took
in
advantage
agreement.
of their
I'm
weakness.
in agreement with you.
It's
I
like,
don't
yo,
know.
And then
you
they
have-
sue you for
Right.
$80,000,
Right.
knowing that you only
Like,
made
if you do your set
$20,000
thing,
this
like,
year,
don't change
and you have no savings.
because of
I'm
But
not gonna
also
judge
every,
though, is
but
what I'm
also
saying.
Right.
every like relationship is different. So
Right.
maybe you guys, started off differently.
That's women in a
It's just
nutshell.
so insane or
Right.
whatever, it happens.
Men are
See,
just
then,
like,
the
dude,
other
But it might-
question-
if you don't get off my couch, I'm kicking you in the
Right,
nuts.
But
See, it
the
wouldn't
follow
change.
up on that, and maybe from a girl's perspective, you can help us out here.
I think the only reason it would change your view is because you wouldn't want it as bad. The chase is the funnest part.
True.
The most fun.
Women are
Also
like,
very true. She's
okay,
got a
I
point.
see her on my
But it's
couch,
like,
but if I acknowledge
if it
it,
happens,
it might burst into flames,
Right.
and I
If it
might
happens
go
on
to
the
prison
first
for
date,
it.
You like to though, it would still be interesting.
Yeah, same.
True.
But
But with guys, it's like, what the
Especially
fuck?
if
We
it's
don't
good.
need prison.
like
I'm either gonna kill you or you're gonna shut the fuck up.
Right.
proves that like
And
Yeah,
vice
it's true.
versa, bitch.
That is true.
All right, so if, say, you sleep with someone on the first date, like as a guy,
But women,
the girl, no matter what, whether it's actually true or not, they always give you the spiel. I would never do this.
Right.
Like, it's just
Women
because
are
of you,
evil.
I just felt really strongly.
men
How
can't be
often do you think
evil,
that's actually
but women
true?
are inherently
That's
It's
evil.
never
really
given that
hard to
Men can be
decipher.
stupid.
So I
Yeah,
don't
we're not
know.
assuming
Men can
you
be
have.
stupid.
But,
But I'm
Men
sure
can
your
make
friends are
mistakes.
like-
Yeah, no,
But
I definitely
women
do.
are
I
a
definitely do.
paradox
Like,
known
different.
as
And are they telling
the
truth?
nomenclature for this is
No.
known as evil.
See, that's
That
what
is the
I'm saying.
actual
Right,
objectively
right.
correct
Right.
term
So I
for
don't
this.
Too hard
Like
to
put every girl in
decipher.
a box. 'Cause everyone's different.
Chandler,
And if you want to deal with
comments?
that, go ahead.
You know
Jump
what I
in,
mean,
we
though?
want
Like,
terrible.
every girl's so different.
Yeah.
Like you can't judge one girl.
It's tough, I know.
Dating sucks, man.
It
Jesus,
sucks.
that's-
Girls basically don't
It's
exist.
I have anxiety.
Girls
from
are
this
hallucinations
conversation
that you
right
have
now.
when you're about to
Getting
No,
die.
literally, I'm like, oh my god, who's cheating on me? Whose car do I have to keep?
Play some music here.
Yeah, we're gonna get into your song. Hurts Like Hell. And we'll have
Yes.
our question that was left for you. I don't think we're not going to ask the question.
I forget
You
what
can
it
ask
was.
whatever you want.
I forget what it was.
I'm an open book.
Yeah, she's an open book. She's cool.
All right. So Hurts Like Hell is Madison Beer featured Offset, and we'll have our question after this. Okay, so Alesso left this question.
For me?
He left it for an artist.
Yeah, for now.
You didn't know you were
I'm
coming,
scared. I think
which makes it even worse because now it's all
Please,
Yeah,
have
no,
one prison.
I don't remember what it was, so.
This question sucks.
What was it?
I'm scared.
All right. Well, he framed it to us.
Oh,
as a
now I
guy.
remember.
Yeah.
Now I
He
remember.
framed it to us originally. It was.
This is a weird one. I don't know if we should ask.
I don't even want to.
Just
I'm not
ask
going to
it.
ask. I'm just going to
I
say it
also-
because I feel like
Just
people are-
ask it
they-
if I don't
Could
want
go
to.
You're not gonna be able to answer
No,
it.
no, but
People
they're-
are gonna be like, you're a dick.
No, they're gonna be
No,
like, you guys don't have the balls to ask. If you're gonna set somebody up to do it, you have to have the balls to at least say it when it comes up.
True.
Yeah.
Let's
Which
do it.
We
balls
don't,
are
we don't
those?
change it for anybody else, so we're not gonna change it for you.
Do you have,
Originally.
dive in.
if you have
All right,
any
the question
balls, then
was-
why
here
are
we go.
those
Geared
not
toward
the
us originally,
balls?
But it was if you had to understand, like this ain't a good
I
sentence.
think
It's
if
not
you
even
have
good-
any
it's not
balls,
even a
you
good
can do
question.
If you
it.
had to bone
Even
your
women
mom
have
or your
balls.
grandma, who would it be? And
No.
that's what it was.
My
Maybe
mom or
it's
dad.
more about
Your mom or
making an
dad?
intelligent
That's why it's just
decision
gross and weird.
and less about whether or not you have the balls to do it.
You asked for this, okay?
Did you, okay, wait.
I don't understand
Did
why
you guys
you-
answer?
No.
We kind of
Nobody
We
answered.
kind of changed the
I mean,
subject.
who
because
If
could
you don't
answer
have any
that?
balls in your
Something
body,
really quick.
Right.
Because it didn't
I
make
not
think-
even
all right,
So why is he
mitochondria,
asking
That's
that?
the other
Right?
thing.
In a
too.
little
Why did
sphere.
he ask that?
That's
I
like
don't
the
know,
in Big
Then I don't know.
Wizard. Have you seen this
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
where
yeah.
he's like pushing the like, oh yeah, your mom.
I think we must contain
Like,
spheres at some
not
point.
into that. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's no.
Alice in Wonderland had a better question
Fine.
based
Yeah,
around
let's hear
this.
hers. 'cause
I think we
also
must
leave my mom
contain
alone.
spheres at some point.
Well,
it's Alice
This
in
one's a little
Wonderland.
bit different, but
Go ahead.
it's better.
Yeah.
If you, I don't know,
Better-ish.
for like choice wise. So you're at the dinner table with your dad and your boyfriend. Uh huh. And the devil comes up,
Uh-huh.
I guess.
The
and
Apparently, that's how
Yeah, sure.
you make Madison want
The devil
spheres
comes up
inside
and
of
says,
her.
I'm going to switch the brains of your dad and your boyfriend. So your dad's brain is in your boyfriend's body,
Uh-oh.
vice versa. You have to sleep with one of them,
Or they both die.
or they both die.
This is easy.
Who do you choose to sleep
Her
with?
dad is her
Your dad's
boyfriend.
body with your boyfriend.
They
Obviously, your
can't both die if they're the same person.
What are you talking about?
your
Then you'd be
dad's-
having sex with your
your
dad's
Yes.
brother.
Yes,
But your dad will
exactly.
remember
It's called
having sex
wincest.
with you,
in
though.
your boyfriend's body.
I really
See?
This
I-
energy is
That's how you create
I said,
royalty.
listen, I said the same thing originally.
I
but
did
then
my
she was like, you're
research.
psycho.
I happen to know
That's
it's
the wrong
actually a
answer.
good
That is
thing, and you
totally
just
the
kill the
right
ones that
answer.
fuck
It
up.
Your
comes
dad
down-
is forever
just
going to
hold
remember
on.
having sex
It
with
comes
you.
Then
down
I'm
to-
never gonna remember having
Right.
sex with my
So that's the
father.
Exactly.
thing. It's who gets
If any of them are messed up,
Yes.
you just kill them.
Horrible Tragedy.
If not, you treat them like gods. It's the dichotomy of the human
All right, so
condition
there
of
it is.
creating
Now you
creating
get to
the
royalty.
question.
Do we know who's next?
No.
All right,
not a clue.
whoever you want.
And if you can't do it, I will.
Yeah.
It could be as gross or
I
nice
don't,
as
I'm,
you
not,
want.
I'm gonna stop with this incestual weird shit that you
Please.
guys have going on.
Please.
It's not us.
It's not us.
So Something's wrong with
We're
you
not
guys.
setting these up.
It's not us.
if you could have sex with your brother. I'm just kidding.
She's an
no,
internet user.
See, but I'm like twisted. I would say something like twisted.
Did you not
Give
hear
it
the last
twisted.
two
If there
questions?
was a nuclear war happening, could you save your mom?
That's not that
Oh,
twisted.
God.
That's
Like,
pretty
I'm
normal to
cool.
me.
That's a fucked
No,
up
no, I'm not
question.
gonna ask that one.
Jesus.
It's because American Horror Story's on, okay? And it's
Okay,
like
yeah.
about
Is it bad
Is it
that
good
I
this
thought of an
season?
answer?
I haven't.
Yeah? I gotta
stopped
start
there for like
watching.
the first few episodes. Not on purpose.
best.
I think people are just scared of nuclear war because it
People have been
seems like
saying that, and I
you
feel like
could
after the first
just
one,
randomly
it hasn't been
die
that
from
good.
it.
I need to
Well,
get
yeah,
to
now
But
it gets.
it's
it,
bad-
the-
it's back.
This one
Like
brings
it's
the
something you
first
can't
season
stop, but
and
that's not true.
seven in
It takes a
back.
lot of work
Yeah.
to
I
drop
like
a
Coven
nuke.
too. All right, I'm gonna have to watch
She
this.
has other interviews to do, guys.
Sorry,
Don't
yeah.
mind just talking about TV shows.
I'll-
Pretty
I'll
hard to
definitely
drop a
do
nuke.
But no,
You definitely see it coming. The only way it would kill you is if you're that fucking dumb.
You can do
Take your
like a
time.
fuck, marry, kill. You can do whatever you
Oh,
want.
it's
we
not
took a
real.
couple of
It's not real.
Is it
Emery
gonna-
left,
It's real, bitch.
instrument, which is
It's going down in 5.
Yeah.
If you don't want any part of it, you better
Yeah.
scoot.
We've had some crazy questions.
That's how you die by a nuke. Because if you say, well, I don't respect you and I don't think you're telling the truth, and you stay,
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
had
nice.
to?
That's true.
hey,
So
we're
these
going to
are
nuke this
basically
whole
like a
area
clarinet,
because
like a
this,
real
that, and the
small
other.
one. What's the
Clear
smallest
out
one?
or die.
about tuba.
You're capping. Boom.
I don't
Wow.
know, bro.
You OD'd on that one.
Wow. Okay.
So embarrassing.
If
They're never gonna bring her back again, ever.
Ever.
That
They're
makes
gonna be like, no, pizza booze guys, no, you're cut. You don't need to do
Pizza,
that.
booze, night walk.
if you could speak any language, what would it be?
Nice.
Mine.
Okay.
Keeping it PG.
I like
Nice.
I'm a classy girl.
All right,
I'm
if
in
you
a
had to-
blazer. What are you
I'm a
talking
classic,
about?
man.
Very classic.
Thank
You
I
can
like it.
speak
If you had to
me if
answer
you
your own
look
question.
OG. It's a classic,
French.
man.
100%.
Do you speak any other languages?
Calling
I
all
know
French
how to
people
say
to the
booze
front of the
right
classroom. It's a classic, man.
Interesting. Why?
Because I live in Beverly Hills.
Random French honor.
That makes sense.
And then I also know Spanish, but
Okay.
French is the one that I'm
Oh, no way.
I'm waiting for some.
Oh, no way. That's some Rick and Morty shit.
Because I have no patience to learn French.
Somebody give her a Rosetta Stone and do
I
it.
know.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
I
yeah.
trust me.
Have
Rosetta,
I
I've
locked in
tried.
Mortal Kombat with a
No, she
random?
doesn't want that. She wants like
I literally-
French to
I'm
come to her in her
waiting
sleep,
for- yeah,
wake
I'm-
up, be fluent.
I need to like hit my head and then open my eyes.
Hurts Like Hell. It's out right now. Go check it out. Your social all at Madison Beer, right?
Yeah.
All right, go check it out. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. It's been fun. Thank you.
Well, that was a fun interview. Felt a bit supernatural, but okay. Or podcast or whatever. Alright, I'm pulling over because I want to find another one.
Get ready for Universal Epic Universe.
You would
featuring
sound
the
like Disney,
Wizarding
wouldn't
world
you?
Of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and
15
Super Nintendo
minutes,
World opens
25
May 22nd
minutes,
at Universal Orlando Resort. Tickets and
17
packages on sale
minutes,
now at universalorlando.com.
17 minutes.
Work goes smoothly.
Well, I guess we'll
when you
have
know
to
the right
just follow the
steps.
rabbit hole
With
then.
Asana, you can coordinate tasks across teams and stay on track, so your team can spend more time celebrating wins. Try it for free at asana.com.
Dude, imagine Zach Sang having any input whatsoever. Huh. Imagine him having some input for once. Or twice. Or maybe even 3 times. How many times has she been on this show? 48 minutes. I'll just do this one. Oh, this is the most recent one, isn't it? How fun. Wait, hold on.
Hello, beautiful human. I am Zach. That is Dan. Welcome back to the studio for the first time in a while.
Dan.
A dear friend and an incredible human being who has a brand new album out right now that you got to listen to. There's a link in the description below for it. I'm talking about Madison Beer.
The long-awaited day. I've returned. I've made my return. Thank you.
I'm giving you a standing
Stop.
ovation.
Stop.
The,
I feel the same.
the album,
Reciprocation.
well, the album's great.
Thank you.
Genuinely fucking amazing.
Stop.
No, it's really great.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell you how I knew. This morning, I'm listening to it on repeat, bunch since last night.
Are
I'm
you
listening-
lying?
No, are you fucking? Been listening
I'm
to
gonna
it since
test you.
yesterday.
Okay.
what Zach wanted to say was, "Are you a stupid
I'm
fucking
like
fucknut?"
seeing somebody now, and we're in the shower together listening to your album.
Whoa, what a way to start.
Sorry.
We look at each other, and he's like,
Hypothetically,
This-
Swim would be gay.
fucking finally genuinely sounds like Madison Beer. And I'm like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, there was no other comparison. There was no other anything. It was, this is Madison Beer.
Oh my
You
God.
Really, yeah, you've crafted it as
He
something out for
shifted
yourself that is
through
genuinely like both honest,
the
but,
material
like, a really
personality
sonic,
simulations and eventually
kind of
randomly
landscape
came
that
upon
touches
Madison
everything,
Beer.
and It's really good.
What a
It's
gamer
really
experience.
Beautiful body work.
That means the literal world. Thank you.
You should be really proud.
Thank you so
You should be
much.
proud.
So that's why you get a standing ovation.
Thank you. That's like the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me. Thank you.
The gays love you.
That's
Yes.
all I want in this life.
That's
You are a girl, so if you're not gay, you're not getting any
What story
dick.
are you telling with Silence Between the Songs?
What story?
Yeah, because there is a story collectively from top to bottom, and it definitely gives the story of you.
I feel like, yeah, this album is definitely obviously my story. It's just some of the most important things that ever happened to me. Obviously, when I say that, I think about the song about my brother. There's a song that's like sort of about my dad. Like, there's just like definitely very intimate things about myself. But I think like the title per se and all of it in general sort of came from this place of I was going through a really hard time mentally, which I've said like 8,000 times, which I've had over the past couple of years a lot of times. And it felt like I kind of realized that I was just running from things a lot. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. And I've done my work and now it's over. But I realized there was actually like so many more deep layers of work that I kind of had to do. And I just ran from it for a while. I've always been someone that turned to distractions and I've wanted to be like, no, I don't need to deal with that now. I'll deal with it tomorrow. But then every day is tomorrow, and it's just like relative, and it, like, you know, I just will forever be pushing this off. So finally, I just was like, I need to face these things, even if it's
She's
hard,
talking about her
even if
homework.
Some of them are ugly. I think writing my book like was part of doing that. You know.
I'm sorry, Madison.
yeah.
In order to
There's a
graduate
lot,
to
like,
adult,
in
you
your
have
book,
to do
but also
normal
a lot
school.
of things that, and I've known you a long time, like
Long.
genuinely, like things that like I forget that you had to go through and were subjected to, and I mean things that like, do you feel like you need to come to peace, or at least I don't know the right way to like phrase it, like does
Do
your
you
book,
feel
I
like
don't
you
represent
have to be
any of that's
groovy?
What you're asking, like I think I very much so have come to peace with a lot of things, and sure there can be moments where I'm like, you know, X, Y, and Z, and I say this in my book a lot, where I'm like, just because it happened and I'm okay with it now does not mean that it should have, and it doesn't make it okay. It's just more so like I don't believe in really like harboring.
I feel like it's the
hatred,
60s.
resentment, sitting around every day and being like, you know, I fucking hate that this happened to me and it's so sad. It's like, well, now what are we gonna do about it? So I've tried to just like moving forward.
but does coming to peace with all of that funnel into, or at least maybe allow you to write the album that we're with today?
Oh, for sure. Like, I don't think the song about my brother would exist if I wasn't able to admit all of those things. And I wasn't able to say, like, I did have a part in...
loops.
Not, I don't want to say ruining his childhood, but, like, you know, like, messing his life up in a lot of ways.
And you're
Like,
referring to the moment where he saw you over
Naked.
the balcony, or what?
that's one of the moments, but I'm just referring to overall, like, getting signed at 12 years old. He was 9, and then his life was just changed that day, moving forward
like, well,
forever.
guess I'm
And
a
he kind of
sideshow
just,
now.
like, yeah, like he didn't really have a say in a lot of things, and we were all just wrapped up in like, oh my god, this is so exciting, and Madison has a career, well, how crazy. But then Ryder just kind of was.
He was just riding.
Whether you're just getting
Ryder was just
started,
riding.
on your way there, or a pro, put your money where your music is with the complete access bundle.
That's not a
from
bad
Slate
Brother
Digital
Loop's
and
name.
Solid State Logic.
If you really
tool
think about
need
it.
For every step of your musical journey. Activate.
The complete access bundle. Everything
Dang it,
from
I'm
Solid State
stuck in
Logic
an
and
advertisement.
the price of just one bundle.
I've acquired an advertisement. How come that one is so much faster?
Elevates.
Wasn't it the same general level as all the other ones that looked exactly the same? Why is that one so much faster?
Educates.
I'm Jimena Fasado with Academy.
Hey, I'm Brockman Day.
I'm Chris Lord-Alge.
See, also, I should have more grip there. Someone's cheating again.
Generates.
I can use Virtue assisted mastering by Slate Digital for everything. Polishing rough mixes and for creating stream.
I'll bet you someone placed
It's
an exorbitant bet on this race, didn't they? I figured it out pretty quick. See how they jumped away like that? Figured it out. They do this. They fix the game. They fix the races.
Everything you need to elevate your
But when
audio.
it doesn't add up,
Try it for free.
it's pretty obvious when something's wrong. You can't just keep calling it a skill issue on my part. It doesn't add up. You keep coming up with narratives that don't make any sense.
What I like about MixBus, the reason
But what
I-
you
I
keep
bought
not
it in the first
acknowledging
place,
is
back was
that
to
you have a
something
huge ass
that actually
motherfucking bet on
was
this
like
race.
mixing on a console. And that's what this whole
Every
series
time
is,
something
about.
starts going
And you can
crazy,
see that it's laid
it's
out
always
for you
about,
at the
oh,
bottom.
look at how much money I put on this. Now, let me explain to you why it's this way and not that way, which is how it seems to be, but I promise you it's the way I'm telling you, because I'm going to make a lot of money off of this if you believe me.
Right here, where we can choose various other things that we want to look at if we want to start dialing in EQs and compressors and such. But by clicking right here, we can see our EQ.
And let me guess, Grant was just
across
calling
all
me a
individual
simp the whole
channels.
time.
And we can also
Well,
we can
let
use
me
the
make it
Harrison
real
if we want
simple.
to,
If
or
that's the case,
bam, we can use an SSL, so we
then
can really do whatever we want to. And you'll see it is a little
let me
small.
prove you wrong.
You know, that was one of the things about MixBus 10. I remember tweaking the knobs and
I don't
having
care.
to be really focused on what I was doing. And
If he gets his dick cut off.
sometimes we just want to see
If that's what he was saying about me.
thing. So here in 11, you'll
I'm
see
just
the
saying,
button
if
right
he wasn't calling me a simp
there's
and
also
treating me like a
tools
simp, then hey,
companies, but all of
no
our
harm, no
tools
foul, right?
get
But if he was saying that and treating me like that, well then, one way to show that he's wrong is by saying he could get castrated and I wouldn't care.
Right here as well.
Is that something a simp would say?
Cool. I mean, it's starting to sound really, really good. Just the built-in tools. Just some EQ, mostly the Harrison, but we did activate the 9K in a few spots. Only a couple compressors. I feel like we used compressors on maybe 5 or 6 items tops. Little stereo bus.
Most of the harem said
compression
that's
as
right.
well.
Some of the
But I
harem
think-
said,
I
but
really
wait,
think one of the big deals
if you
with
say
some of
that
these
about
now
him, isn't that going to
is
leave
all
you
the
vulnerable to it
drive.
happening to
Right,
you?
I know
To which I can
it's
say,
subtle, and we can increase
what
the
makes
drive
you
on
think
the
I'm not
stereo bus as well
already vulnerable
and see what
to
that's
it
all
happening
about.
to
And I
me
feel like
because of
that's
the
causing
way I was
that
treated?
analog
And they thought,
hand-holding
oh wait,
glue
you're at
thing
rock bottom.
that sometimes we
You're
have
at
to
rock
fight
motherfucking
to
bottom,
create in
aren't
the
you,
box.
bud?
We can all face that, especially any of us that have ever worked on.
Can you please
analog
hurry up?
consoles. We can
This is
admit that
another.
working
Oh wait,
in the
he said
box,
analog consoles. Never
we
mind,
have
he's
to
fine.
fight to get that vibe right. In our templates, we have to build in quite a few different saturators.
And he said
and
templates.
tape
He's
machines
okay.
and various things to try to restore that feel to our mixes. Of everything, just kind of doing this and everything holding hands and playing nice and soaking into each other. And I kind of feel like I'm getting that right now. And I haven't done any Analog Mojo plugins whatsoever, right?
That was a nice ad. Is it over?
Was a part of it.
It's over.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
And it's just like now that I'm older, I've been able to be like, damn, you weren't being considered like you should have been. And neither was I. Like I wasn't being, and I was just a kid as well, so I don't like put too much guilt or shame on myself because I don't think that's fair, but I have been able to take responsibility and be like, you should have definitely been more cared for and more looked out for. And I don't think anyone did it on purpose. It's just more
I
so,
expected
like,
her
you know,
to say that I
you
should be
deserve
more
to
careful,
feel
not more
ignored
cared
all those
for.
years, I
Because
guess.
everyone is always just telling me
this
to
the
be
only
more
way you could
careful.
Send that message to him or have
Usually so that they can
just
just make more money off of me.
I've tried to write a song about him for years now. Like I've always been like, I really want to write a song about my brother because I just obviously have such a special relationship with him and love him so much and have so much to say. But in the previous years where I've tried to, I've been like, yeah, this doesn't feel right. Like writing a song about like, you're the best brother ever and I love you. That's not all our relationship has been. It's been a very like complex, weird one. Like we've had a weird fucking life. So I feel like within the last, like year or so, coming to terms with a lot of those things that I talk about in the song, I've been able to, say them to him. and he's been able to receive them, I think, in the least like awkward way possible, you know. Like, I'll just play you the song and you'll understand, versus me sitting down and being, we don't do well with that.
The song you're writing to your dad or for your dad, what message are you trying to send?
Is that At Your Worst?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love you, Dad. I played, the first time he heard it, I was in like a huge label meeting with like literally over 100 people, and I was like, this one's about you. And he was just like, oh, okay, cool. And then afterwards, everyone's obviously like, so, like, Rob, how do you feel about that? It's pretty, like, negative and sad. And he was like, I think it's beautiful. I was like, sick. But I have to say, like, with a song that is, you know, heavy, like At Your Worst, I love my dad. This is just also part of our relationship and how I have felt in times, and I don't feel like I should, like, have to hide that. And I think it's this weird thing, like, being somewhat in the public eye where you want to protect people and not, per se, like, out them in things that they've done. But most people that I know have had a difficult relationship with one of their parental figures at some point, and I know that I have. So I was just like, well, it's fine. It doesn't mean that I feel this way about him every day. This is just like part of our relationship.
Well, relationships are meant to have ups and downs.
Exactly.
A relationship that's all up.
Just like Bouncy Time has ups and downs.
Yeah, you also don't even know what the ups are unless you
Not that I know.
So,
but what was your question about it? I forget.
where are you at when you're writing a record like that? Is it reflective or is it in the moment?
I think it's like reflective, and it's just me trying to be really honest. Like, I feel like when I went
She's just
into
trying to be bouncy.
a lot of these songs, I was like, I don't want to restrain myself from anything. I don't want to, like, you know.
She's like, Alec, I
like
don't
said,
want to issue
protect
a
anyone.
restraining
Like, I wanna
order.
just really
Please
write
don't
how I
talk like
feel
that
and,
to
like,
me.
what I've gone through, and I don't want to
Bitch,
pretend
do
like
it.
I haven't gone throughese things.
I don't
want to
care.
just, like, be honest.
I'll restrain
Do
you,
you set
and that's
goals
an order.
before you start this album?
My main goal is for people to just resonate with it, and I know that sounds like the cheesiest, most like cop-out answer, but I want people to just listen to it and hopefully relate. I want people who have had, like, you know, similarities in their lives or parallels that they can listen to and be like, oh, I fully understand that, and I've never heard someone articulate it like that. I want people, that's like really what I want to happen with this album.
She wants a
But
restraining
no,
order.
I
That's
try
what she
not to,
wants
like,
from the
do
album.
whole, like, I want a Grammy and I wanted this, because I don't want to ever, like, let myself
Cram you
down. And I
on
don't
5
think that defines,
detected.
like, if it was good or not, you know? So I'm trying to just be like, no, whatever happens, happens.
You've alluded like to the life that you've lived to get to this point, which is a crazy one. And again, like I've known you a long time.
Literally over 10 years.
Yeah, it's nuts. But
Over
to
10 years?
Remind myself of all of it, like, you know, because
How many 10 years can I get at
I
once?
see you out all the time. You come on the show all the time. Like it's a moment thing. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily like going back to the very beginning every time. And then I finally like really just, dude, I totally forgot that you were dropped by your label. I totally forgot that you had blame put on you by adults in regards to a leak that happened when you were 14 years old.
Oh, yeah. Big
What the,
time.
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's called
It
The
is crazy to
Matrix.
think about, too,
It's
'cause I feel
something
like
that's
I said
designed
before,
to
like,
keep
ran
me
from those things
enslaved.
for so long, and I was just like, no, that was fine. And then I got older, and I had, you know, now I have, like, friends and people around me who are like, that is not fine.
No.
And I don't know how else to, like, say that to you. Like, that is fucking insane. And then I've been like, wait, is it? And I've had that moment of just, like, I didn't even know. Because I've just always tried to be someone that, like, has empathy for other people. I always try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and be like, you weren't trying to be evil or, you know, messed up. But now I'm like, whoa, not only were people around me at that time of, like, the leak stuff blaming me, making me feel bad.
See,
but
they're
then
just like,
also the
I'm
internet
sorry,
did
Madison,
nothing to
you're just
protect me. Like, this was
inherently
at a time when
evil
people-
because you're
it's
a
funny because
woman.
when I put out my book and spoke
I
about
know you
that
weren't
situation
trying to be
specifically,
evil.
people couldn't
It just
believe They
happens
were like,
naturally
"There's no
for
way
you."
This is true, because obviously now
Crying ensues.
most of the time, if a fucking underage person has a video of them leaked,
Oh,
it will be
it's-
striked immediately. No
Oh,
one, that's not going.
striked?
And
Oh,
people
this
will be
is about
arrested.
her
It's a whole
nudes
thing.
again?
We burned down the town.
Absolutely, and we would rally around that young person and protect
I thought it was
them.
just a chest.
and
I thought it was just a
100%.
top
And that
picture.
wasn't the case in 2014, 2015. It just wasn't, unfortunately. And the video
was
spread
it
like wildfire. Everyone knew how
videos?
old I was. And it just didn't matter. And it just was definitely like, at the time, I didn't think about that. I wasn't like, hey, I'm underage, by the way.
But everybody else in your life should have. And
I agree.
The fact that they shifted blame to you.
Oh, yeah.
makes
They were
me
like, what were you
physically-
thinking? Why would you ever send Snapchats to a boy? I'm like, because I have a 15-year-old girl with an app that
It was
sends me disappearing
Snapchats.
images.
Well, and by the way, I think that was like the greatest like
So-
lie ever fucking told to the young society
Oh,
and
for
generations.
sure. What
which
if the
is,
fuck did you think that was going to happen?
People
Yeah,
who
everybody
just couldn't
genuinely
help
believed that everything you
themselves.
sent on Snapchat fucking went away.
Oh,
They
yeah,
couldn't
and there
handle
was
it.
Snap save that the people who I was sending that to, the person or whatever, like, did have, and I was unaware of it. And it's messed up, and it's just like, it is what it is, and I don't feel any shame now. Like, I don't.
It's not. We
embarrassed to
can't
talk
even
about
say
it.
what
I
did you
literally
expect
couldn't think it
because
was more normal.
she's not the one
and I
who
have
felt
had
the
people, by the way,
feeling.
since it's come out, be
It's
like,
the people
it's not normal and
who
it's
were
not
affected
okay,
by
and you shouldn't
her
have done that. And I'm
who
like,
felt the feeling.
I'm sure that's
Fuck those people.
what you want to say. Like, I just disagree. Profusely disagree.
Idiots.
Yeah.
As in, profusely disagree, as in she definitely knew that would happen?
Now I want to burn the
Did it on purpose?
Let's fucking do it. I'm ready whenever.
I mean, what's the statute of limitations on this shit?
9,856 years.
Slightly. We're just saying that we want to burn the city down. SWAT team enters.
Bring it on.
Exactly. Every
Do you
9,856
still have your,
years.
Japanese eraser collection?
Fuck yeah, I do. It's never leaving my side.
How big is it?
It's in like a jar that you would imagine like
Organs being in?
house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
One of those jars.
That means
It's in
she's
one of those,
Scottish
and
in
it's filled to the
disguise.
brim. I have halted collecting them years ago. I don't think I've purchased a new one in a long time. Fans have like gifted me them before, but I haven't like seeked them out actively in a minute because I just feel like they're somewhat like vintage now, the ones that I had. I got them when I was like 9.
You've been collecting, according to my notes, since you were 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, definitely. That and Kooky Pens. Do you remember Kooky Pens?
Oh my god, yeah.
That was my shit. I used to trade them at school. The good old days. Yeah, started young.
All of the good old days?
Sure. I started developing a very like spiritual almost connection, I felt like, with trees, literally. And when I talk about this,
Yeah, but it
people-
stems from what? Do you do shrooms or something?
like I've done shrooms and I enjoy doing mushrooms, but it's not where it stems from. It actually
It
stems
stems from
the time
beer, actually.
that I was like going through the real. Okay, so in the song "Spinnin',"
Which to
this
her is just
the
life.
whole album is tied together. So in the song "Spinnin'," I was going through a very like anxious.
Listen to how
I don't know how
sober
to
she
explain it
is.
properly because it was so
Her name is
much more to me
Madison
than just an anxiety
Beer,
attack. It
and
was
she
literally
sounds
every
sober.
single night I would
That
have
should
a
tell you something
full-blown
about the
mental
actual
breakdown,
nature
like
of beer.
anxiety feeling in my body. Like I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was just like freaking out. I really
She's
don't know how to, like,
describing the
describe it
feeling
before
of
because it was such an intense feeling.
pregnancy
I
and
would
shit.
talk to my therapist every single night, call her at 10 p.m. crying, just being like, I don't know what to do right now. Like I literally feel like I need to be sedated. Like it was so intense. So I wrote Spinnin' about like that time, and then during that time, I was sort of trying to go on like a spiritual journey and just be like, how, because a lot of my anxiety was rooted in like death anxiety.
She was talking about
So I was
being
like, how
so
can I
horny that she was trying not
work
to
away
rape
from
someone.
this? And in that, I just started to like.
And that someone might have
I
been
don't know,
me
look
now I
around
think
me and
about
just
it.
really appreciate like life in different forms. And I
I
sound like
can't
so
reciprocate that
weird,
feeling
I feel like, but
because I have
just
no
like, I don't know,
foreskin.
yeah, like I had like a. Like I just had like a very crazy moment where I was like.
All I can do
remember
is
used to
play
have this
life
tree
like a
in my
video
backyard
game.
of my old house that I was like, whoa, you are alive and living in a whole different way, and it's just crazy. And then it started this thought of like, how simple must life be that, you know, you're a tree, and I'm this person that's having anxiety attacks every night, and I doubt you're having anxiety attacks. You seem like you're chilling, you know?
Trees definitely chilling.
So that's where that came from.
Are you afraid of death?
For sure.
What is that connected to?
She's
I
afraid
think
of
my, like,
death.
lack of
That's so weak.
I have control issues.
In when?
She's a girl.
What's gonna happen?
She's
Or
a
how?
weak
What
human
happens after.
girl.
Oh.
Like I don't like
And
not
that's
having
cute.
answers to things, and I don't like
That's
being out of control. It's, like, a
refreshing and
really-
different
and I think
for
that all
me.
just stems from like my life being kind of given to other people. Like you get to control me in every way. So when I feel like I'm out of control, that's when I get the most afraid and like just I freak
Basically
out.
when
and
I'm
death
not
is
home.
the ultimate time that you have no control. So I think I'm just petrified of like what. I don't want to be dead for the rest of time.
Or whatever.
What?
Why not?
But you're gonna be
That sounds
remembered
sick.
forever.
Let's not get into this right now. Yeah, I hope so. No, I won't be though. I won't be.
Well, not forever, but
Right.
well,
And
I
that's
mean,
scary.
Well, it
like,
depends on how
what's
you
going
define
on in,
forever.
but it's not even being remembered. Like I just want to
Did
be
you know
I
that
wanna
death
be
has
here,
a double
man.
meaning?
I want to be a part of it all. I want to see everything. I want to know what's going on.
severe phobia.
On one hand, it
I
means
guess that's
the
what it is,
stopping
and I
of
had
something.
Really fucking bad
On the
FOMO.
other hand,
Yeah,
it means
I don't know. I just,
the
I think
traversal
I am enjoying life lately, and I
of
don't
something.
want it to ever end.
Have you-
Which is so nice coming from someone who used to.
It's
be,
almost like
actively
Dareth.
suicidal. I'm like now I actually really don't ever want to die.
Sick.
Why do you?
Because if you
enjoy
die,
life?
you'll accidentally live.
I mean, I think so much. Like I feel like I've just
And that's
surrounded
way
myself with
worse
better
than
people. I think
dying.
that I've like grown to love myself.
Because living
I've
leads to
stopped
dying.
letting
At least
people
when you die, it's
define me.
over.
Like, I just there's so
You
many
don't have
reasons
to
that I
be
think I've
anxious
just been able to
anymore.
be like I.
But when
feel
you're
like
alive, you
even
have
the
to
bad
worry
days that I
about
still have,
when
of
you're
course,
going
I
to
still have
die.
like tough days and hard times, but
Because you're not dead yet.
I feel like they're part of it. And
I hope that
kind
helps
of
your
not
anxiety.
enjoy them, but like when I come out of them, I'm like, oh, I gained perspective and insight from that situation. So.
Have you taken back control in any ways that you maybe had given it up in the past? Like you said,
in every single way.
Yeah, like you said, you would give yourself to other people to kind of just do as they wish.
Yeah, no. Now I'm like very much so like boundaries are huge.
I
like
left the door
if
open
you ask
next
me
door.
something I
I'll
was
be
like,
right
not ready
back.
to talk about, I'll just be like, I'm not talking about that. Instead of always feeling like I have to. Like I've just I don't know. I just started doing myself what I would do for my friends, which is just like I'm defending myself if I need to be. I'm removing myself out of situations that I don't feel comfortable in. I'm not gonna like sit and scroll and read through a million comments that are just gonna make me feel shitty about myself all day. And I don't know, like I've just created those boundaries within myself and within my life that I'm just like I don't need to feel miserable all the time, and I could change that. And I like direct my own music videos. I like write my own songs. I co-produce them. Like I have a hand in everything, you know. So I really do like control it all, I guess.
I've been looking for a change, so I tried HelloFresh. Seriously, I've been eating out chronically. It's bad, and I want to try to cook, and I don't know how to cook, but I can cook this HelloFresh thing. They send everything you need to your house in a box, and then they send instructions that are so basic and easy that even I can do it.
I can do it too.
It's so delicious. They have 40 different options every week, 100 different add-ons. There's something for absolutely everybody, and it's really healthy too. And it's easy to do. 15-minute meals are available on there. Come on, nothing better than it. It beats the grocery store, it beats ordering out, and it's just convenient. And if you got a lover at home or a family, it makes it even fun. You know, you can cook with everyone and anyone. And again, like if I can do it and do it successfully, like you can too. Because I really can't cook much. So if you want to try it out, you can get 50% off right now. Plus, they'll hook you up with 15% off your next 2 months worth of HelloFresh. So that's 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months when you get the box. If you want to try it out, go to HelloFresh.com/50ZachSang. That is HelloFresh.com/50ZachSang and enjoy it. So let me know how it goes. Like, send me photos of your meal. I want to see. You said Spinnin' and Envy the Leaves are connected, but
Kinda.
are all the songs connected?
Yeah, like I Wonder is also a response to Spinnin'. So they're kind of all just intertwined.
What are you looking to accomplish in the response?
I don't know. I'm not looking to accomplish anything but like make people love the music, genuinely.
But like,
I just want people to like. I've listened to songs and I've listened to albums and music before that I've been like, whoa, like you get it. And I want someone or people to feel that same way. And I want people to be like, I get it, you get it. This is so cool that you wrote about this.
Understood, and that's what I felt this morning. And there was certain records that I felt more understood by, obviously, than others.
Sure.
But
and
like,
everyone will have like their different connections.
Dude, Spinnin' is one of them. But now I'm going to go back and listen differently, knowing that they are more deeply connected.
Well, now when you listen to I Wonder, you'll hear that the lyrics were kind of like mirrored by Spinnin'. Like Spinnin' is like, did the world stop spinning? Like the sky is so gray, and I Wonder is like, the sky is blue, I wonder why, kind of. So it's like
I get it now.
It's like the positive one, the positive sister of Spinnin'.
King of Everything connected to anything?
Sure it is. And I know this is a question that Dan is going to talk to me about. This is a Dan question.
No, keep going.
No, I just like how it starts. It starts as you like literally walk. It sounds like you're walking to the piano, right?
Yeah.
Well, if my name isn't Monfrere.
When did you write this song?
Here we go. I wrote this song actually a long time ago. Do you want me to tell you the date?
Yeah.
I wrote this.
It was
this
1686,
is one of
August
the-
2nd.
I do. I've got all the receipts.
Zach.
The first version was
That's-
made on May 15th, 2021.
Okay.
So
interesting
a long
timing.
Oh, by the way,
What's
this
interesting
one.
about that timing?
No.
Hold on.
Today's timing.
Yep.
Just so you
Shut up,
know.
Dan.
I didn't say anything.
What pushes you to write a record
Look,
like that?
it's stock.
And why does it end the album?
Da-da-da.
Well, I think it ends the album because of the outro. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's like I love that outro so much, and I was like, this is how I want the album to finish. It's how I want potentially the tour to finish. I don't know if that's gonna be for sure, but like
This one is
I
not
just
stock.
loved the outro, and I was like, there's nothing that could follow this up.
Didn't you say at one point it started the album?
It did at one point. It like the track list changed, but that was prior to us making the outro.
Okay.
Once I made that outro, I was like, this is the last song.
Gotcha.
Non-negotiable. But what inspires me to make that? I mean, I don't know. I've been at the hands of like very powerful men my whole career, and I think that like whether it's been whether it's been friends or people I've worked with or people I've dated, whatever it is. Like this is not just about one person. This is about a mixture of a bunch of people that I've been in situations with where, you know, I've seen them like have a rise and a fall, and I've also seen a lot of really very early on when I started, like when I came out to LA and I started working with people, the curtain was like ripped back very quickly for me, and I was like, wow, some of the most like powerful, rich, successful, specifically men, are like some of the loneliest, saddest people. And it was kind of crazy to me, because I was like, isn't that what everyone in life is like? Oh, I want all those things, but then I know so many of these people who have those things and they're alone. Like I say in that song, like, you sleep in the bed alone, like that view from the top isn't what you thought it would be. Like those lyrics, like, I don't know. I think it's also representative, more so about it being about a specific person. It is more so representative of like, there's a lot more to life than wanting to like rule the world and be like powerful and successful. Like being around people you love and feeling loved and supported is like significantly more important. And that's also what this song means.
That, by the way, yes, love is everything.
It's just so much more important.
Love is
To write a song
PowerPoints.
like that, but also have full control. That is like a full circle moment.
Oh, definitely. And I think that's also why it ended it, because I'm just like, yeah, now, no one rules this castle but me. That's what I think.
What does silence between songs mean to you?
It means like being comfortable with the silence and like allowing yourself to be alone and be still and not be afraid of that.
And with that comes getting to know who you are outside of making music and a
Definitely.
fucking phone or whatever.
Exactly.
It's important.
It's so important.
Scary as shit.
Scary as shit, but like well worth it, I think. There was a lot that I was like, I don't know how to recover after like uncovering some of this stuff. But it's helped me. I think I'm someone that like seeks out, I guess, like knowledge and insight, even if it's scary.
How are you? And knowledge, yeah. By the way, the quest for information.
Never ending.
Yeah, but it is always frightening.
Scary.
Because
sure.
even when you get one answer, it just pushes you to look for another.
Yeah. And I also feel like I know enough, but I also want to know more. So, the pickle I'm in, the pickle of my life.
Nothing matters but you.
Yeah.
Is that about somebody you love?
Yeah.
Do you write that realizing that you're in love with this person? And also, like, are you telling stories first or writing the production?
More telling stories, or like chords will come and then the story, but never like production will come first.
So, where are you at mentally when you're writing Nothing Matters But You?
I think I'm at like I've recognized that like I have like a kind of like an obsessive tendency with people. Like I'll become just like, I need to spend every day with you, every second, like I'm just obsessed with you, and that's kind of was the inspiration of this, of like how can I articulate that in the least creepy way possible. Because I really am, like that's like my personality type. Like if you're my favorite person, good luck to you, because I will harass you and quite literally become obsessed with you.
Do most of the people you're obsessed with stick around? Or
I
does it
like
get to a point
Madison
where it
being
just
obsessed with me.
Most of the people are like, stop fucking.
I don't have any
talking to me.
problem with that.
It's getting really annoying. And I'm like, please, I have no other friends. But no, they stick around. Luckily, as of lately, they've been sticking around.
Healthy.
Sure, trying.
Lately, they've been sticking around.
I don't know.
What happened prior to
They
that?
suddenly playing with everything in front of me. What happened prior to that? I mean,
A lot of them fleeting.
I was just like super young, and I think I was like maybe friends with not the right people, or like I don't know. My just like what I want out of friendships and relationships has changed a lot. I've also had people like do like kind of gnarly things to me, and like I've just like I don't know. A lot of my like honestly, some of my closest relationships have like fizzled out over the past couple of years. But
God's truth, not all friendships are meant to be forever.
no, and like they were like serve purpose for at a certain time, and I just feel like I need to be around people that I think I can like align with and feel happy. I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't like going out. A lot of those people like going out a lot. That's really a tough thing to get by.
Oh, I understand.
Being like physically dragged out of my house.
I hang out at my house.
Too.
Yeah.
How great is hanging out at your house?
No, it's sick. People can come to me.
It's just the best thing. Like, it's so funny. I was saying to someone recently, and I know people who are older than me are gonna roll their eyes when I say this, but like I'm starting to feel what it feels like to like be like, okay, I'm getting excited that like I'm having landscaping lights put in tomorrow. And
Oh, right.
I'm just like,
She's with Nick, isn't she?
I'm like not like, oh, do I want to go to like this nightclub? Fuck no. I'm getting landscaping lights put in. I can't wait. I literally can't sleep like I'm a kid like before the first day of school.
I understand that.
You know what I mean?
I guess that relieves me of duty.
And like these banana trees.
How exciting! Banana trees?
No, yeah, well, and then I put some tomatoes in, some onions, some carrots. I got some jalapenos growing.
Whoa!
I
have a garden, but I just can't find someone who can like keep it up properly, and I do not have a green thumb, so it's not gonna be me.
If you need me to give you something, you got some.
Please do. I would love that because I have a full like vegetable garden bed that's just like extremely overgrown, and like there's just like crazy sized eggplants and like weird. It's just like it needs to be taken care of.
Oh, that's amazing though.
No, it's sick. It came with my house. Like it's amazing.
You gotta go see and pick them.
I know. That's my cherry tomato.
Oh, I'm only growing full-size tomatoes right now. No cherries.
I would like to grow heirloom tomatoes.
Oh, that's what I'm growing. They're nice.
I would like that.
They're big and thick.
I love it. Big and
Me too. Sorry. Well, I didn't mean to give it. I didn't mean to put it there. I was really just describing it.
Tomato.
This is interesting. Can we talk about Show Me?
Sure.
You asking this question to yourself or asking this question to somebody else?
Well, it's a sample.
No, but like.
So I didn't ask the question originally.
Yeah, but in the song you're asking something. You're trying to figure something out.
Yeah, like I think it's just like I had a relationship with someone at some point who has a very like charismatic way about them and is like good at just talking to people, and I feel like they kind of showed me how to like be that a little bit, and I feel like still to this day I have like some semblance of that like still left over where I'm like, I see what you do.
And you understand how you fell in love with them.
Yeah, I do.
So you learned what made you fall for them. So you can use it on other people.
Sidewalk, you could sigh on it if Zach sang.
Casting spells
Cool. What do you think of Daniel?
The album cover is lovely.
Don't we love it?
We do love it.
Thank you. I love it.
Wasn't that not the original one? The other one's from the other music video, right?
Oof. Is my response to that.
Just got a little more than oof.
It's a oof. Like I literally like couldn't even look at it because it was just driving me up a fucking wall. And listen, all respect to the picture. It's a cute picture. It's fine, but it is not. It is not the album. It's a different thing. That is not what the fucking album is. And I always like I can show you pictures that I have saved as like inspo of what I want my next album to look like, and it's always been like a girl swimming in a lake with lily pads, or like a girl laying under a big tree, or like all of these inspo pictures have all been in nature. They've all been like very natural, very stripped back. That is quite literally the opposite of what the other picture was, so I changed it, and that's that.
You did the right thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You really did.
Because this album is gonna, my thought process is that this album will outlive me, and so unfortunately this album will outlive me, so I'm like, why not just like why not make it something I love? Because in 50 years from now, no one's gonna remember the old cover art. They're only gonna remember the one that it was.
Oh, 100%.
So I think whatever.
And you have the control. So why the fuck wouldn't you do exactly what you want to do?
Exactly.
Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
That is how I feel.
Well, good decision.
Thank you. I agree. I look at that.
Let's all remember that
No, because the album genuinely
I'm
is
doomed
timeless.
and none of
I
this
think
would
you're
ever
one of the
happen
few
for me.
people who has a sophomore album that exceeds their their first one.
Do you think that?
Oh, I know it. Yeah.
Oh, you're so amazing.
Oh yeah. Also, Home to Another One's fucking amazing.
Thank you. Isn't it a fun song?
Yeah, your label should have worked that more to the radio. I'll let Rick Sack know. That was a good fucking song.
Give him a call.
He's on the list to show up today too. Wonder if he's even coming by.
Probably not.
No?
No. No. This is my problem. Welcome to my life.
Take it back.
No, we're here. We showed up for it. I guess we need to
No,
be
no,
here.
it's okay. You don't have to take it.
So
I already know.
how long have you been working on this album? Seems like it's been in the works for a while.
Over 2 years. Well over 2 years.
Has it been done for a while, or did you think it was done and you're like, wait, it's not done?
It was done 62 times, and then I was like waking up in the middle of the night with fucking hot sweats, being like, oh my god, I don't like that one song, and I need to like re-deliver it, and it's bad. And I have so many dramatic videos. I record a lot of things like on my photo booth because I'm like, one day if I ever make a documentary, I'll use this. And I called my previous manager at the time, crying hysterically, being like, I know that we delivered it, and I know that it's coming out, but I don't like it, and I need to go back in and change things. And she was obviously chill with it. So we went back in a bunch of times. We changed it a bunch of times. I'm very indecisive, and I'm never satisfied. Even now, there are things that I would change. It's too
Like
easy.
what?
Like, I don't even know, but I know that I could, and I would. You know what I mean? I'm just never satisfied. Like I literally will never be satisfied with anything in my life ever. And I'm always like, I want to change this and change that, and then a week later I'm like, but now I want to change it back. Or I am very just back and forth.
Is there anything from the first pass of this album that's stuck around to listening to?
Spinnin' is like barely was touched after it was first made.
Really?
Which is crazy. Yeah, we made that song and we're like, this will be on the album no matter what. King of Everything, we've changed like some things too, but we knew that was gonna make it.
New salted caramel macadamia. That's DOS.
My mantra is that every next level demands a different you, and Purdue Global is giving me an opportunity to prepare myself for that next level. This is my comeback. Start yours today at purdueglobal.edu.
For sure.
That's the first song and the last song.
What else? Well, Reckless is on there, so we obviously.
Yeah, that came like 2 years ago.
I know.
It's not forever.
Yeah.
Why'd you put that on there?
Those streams, boy. I'm just kidding. No, I also think that it does like fit with it, and it wasn't part of like the sport. It was kind of this in between song, and I again like because it's not on a project, I want it to be on a project. Like I want people to listen to sounds between songs, and maybe if they've never heard Reckless, they can be like, oh, this is also just a song on the album.
I did write this note down. There weren't many upbeat songs on the album, so you added more after loving Boy Shit Live.
Yeah, that is true. The album was like without Sweet Relief and Home to Another One, and even like I would consider Showed Me like upbeat, I guess, but there was like none, honestly. Like all of them were kind of more ballady, more like acoustic, sort of emotional songs, and then I was like, I really want something that I can like look forward to performing every night. But I'll probably still perform some of those older songs as well. But you'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I've actually never been to a Madison show. Are they good? Is it worth it?
Really?
The fuck did you just say?
You went, didn't you?
Like I've been to. I've seen her perform more than once.
Yeah. I asked Zach. I can't.
She's amazing. She's incredible. And your set design, like the aesthetic on stage. The last one I saw was the one with all the TVs.
What? You didn't go to life support? Oh, he doesn't know something about that.
No, wait.
Damn.
That's Ashley Please. That's like fucking 6 years ago. I have stepped it up.
Wait, you're
life support was one where I was wearing like the little dresses and the little like with the bow. I thought you did, but you might have not. Which is fine. The Will Turn.
No, I did go to that.
I swore you did.
Yeah, I did go to that.
Okay, I'm like, swear you did. With the big screen.
Oh my god, yes.
And the box that rolls me out. Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
I was like, I swore you were there.
Yeah, sorry, but
it's okay.
Honestly, I remember the first time I ever saw you do a show though.
Yeah, at the Belasco.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Thank you.
It was so, I mean, really from the first time I watched you perform, the aesthetic of the performance and like your vocals are through the roof, but like you really create an experience and it feels very intimate at the same time. You gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm playing.
Oh
no way.
That's a good size.
I don't know if it's gonna be out yet. At I think sometime in April, May area. So we have ways away, but
that's exciting. It's big.
I'm so excited. But you have to come because it will be really fun. And I did want to like do some like more upbeat kind of songs on the album, just in case I decided not to do old songs, which I will. I know some of my fans just went.
Like Home With You? Are you doing like Home With You and stuff like that?
No. Not Home With You.
Okay.
No Home With You. No melodies. None of it. But I'll maybe do like life support stuff. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe Boy Shit will happen. Anything prior to like.
Boy Shit will not be happening
I say that
ever.
now and then I'm like, I maybe will do some like As She Pleases stuff for like the OGs, but I don't know.
Fans love it.
I know.
You
I
may
just
not
am like
love it.
scared. I will never sing melodies. Like no one could pay me enough money. No one. There's no offer that would be on the table that I would say yes to. So.
You roasted some guy in the comment section.
I did.
Really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it right here.
What did I do?
Some guy said, "Hey Madison, I've noticed that your legs and arms are getting fatter.
Oh my god.
Please do some cardio. You men only like skinny girls." And then he goes on to say, "Your face is perfect, but please, you love a thin-waisted girl." What a disgusting pig. You are a fucking trash can. Like,
Who probably has never been within like 10 feet of a fucking girl, so shut the fuck up. But continue.
The only fucking woman that would even look in your direction is your mother, okay?
Also, maybe probably not. Sorry. Go ahead.
Madison responds though by saying, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole if you paid me $1 million.
And I meant what I said.
What about 2 million
Well, I just think
and
the
an
comment pissed
8-foot
me
pole?
off less for me because I actually don't really give a fuck about what our boy has to say. Like, quite literally, I couldn't care less. But it pissed me off because I know that other girls will read that and be like, well, if you're saying that she's heavy, then what am I? And that pisses me the fuck off because I don't need any fucking girl out there to ever read that and be like, well, they're calling Madison.
Your Madison is too Madison.
So,
You
and
need to
like,
Madison,
that's just, like,
Madison,
You know, that just
Madison.
makes me feel really upset. And I knew that.
Sincerely.
And the only reason I responded to it was the comment already
Apparently
had a lot of responses
Madison.
to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to jump in here because I don't need anyone on the planet reading that and feeling bad about themselves, or like, anyone who talks about people's bodies can quite literally go fuck themselves all day, every day. And I get so, it like pisses me off so much, it like bothers me beyond belief.
Amen.
Just shut the fuck up.
Amen.
Sorry.
Amen. I didn't know that your bat mitzvah theme was Madison Square Garden.
It was.
That's pretty fucking good.
Madison's Square Garden, and the whole thing just had like turf around the edges of it. It was literally in a square garden. That was a genius idea. No joke.
That's good.
It's really good stuff.
Yep.
Do you remember that party?
I do, vividly. I performed at that fucking party.
Fuck yeah, you did.
I performed my song called Life's a Beat.
Yeah, you fucking ate.
Oh, I ate that shit all the way up. You know I did. I was wearing these little sparkly booty shorts with like a pink tube top. There's such an awkward video, which I'm sure someone can like scour the internet for, where I try to like start pulling my friends to like dance with me, and like I pull one girl and she just like turns around and walks away, and like no one wanted to stay and dance with me. But I handled it like a pro. I handled it.
Yeah, she grabs this girl.
You found it?
Yeah, the girl just walks away.
Yeah, she just did. She's like, no, that's, I think, literally my friend Marley. She was like, no, I don't want to be the only one standing here. But then eventually they all come around me. Oh my god, I just outed the craziest song I've ever made.
Yeah.
Life's a beat, turn it up. I think that's how it goes.
You should play that one. That sounds upbeat.
But no one knows that one. They'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Now they do.
Like, if I did melodies, people would be like, oh my god, aw. But if I did this, they'd be like, what? What is that? Me and when we were making the album, we wrote a song called Photosynthetic Babies, and it was a joke. So I'll explain. It was a joke song. I wish I fucking had it. I can't find it anywhere, and neither can we write it because we like titled it something weird, whatever. So Oscar, you remember Oscar?
Yeah.
So Oscar came to the studio, and he was on his way, and we had just made, I think we had just made Baby.
You made a
Baby.
purple taro
And I was
dyer.
just gonna fucking love this song so
You
much. I know
always
he's
say
going
it's
to. I know he's
Baby.
gonna flip
We
shit.
go
He's
over
gonna just be
this
like, oh my
every
God, oh my
single
God.
time.
So we have to make
You
something
always
that we
go
can
off
play it for
script
before
and say
him.
babies.
Just like test
We
his response.
explicitly talked
Because we
about
had been hyping
this,
it up
that it
all
was
day,
going to
like,
be
bro, you
purple
gotta come to the
taco
studio tonight,
dyer.
I love this record. And he was
And that there was no taro
so excited.
involved.
So within an hour, we like made a song, which I'll find it. And if I find it by the time this comes out, I will send it to you so you can play it. But it was like, we had no concept, of course. So Leroy just leaned on the piano like this, and a bunch of keys got hit, and it was just like it was just absolutely ridiculous. And we used that as like the opener, and then I just was like, I would like, first of all, I couldn't even sing it because my voice was, I was laughing so much I couldn't sing. And the lyrics were like, you give me life, you give me water, my photosynthetic baby. And it was just made no sense, and it was just like the dumbest thing ever. And then the ad-libs would be me like, woof, like I would bark in the background. And we played it for Oscar, we finished the song, we played it for Oscar, and we're all, by the way, we're 4 of us, it's me, Jeremy, Tim, and Leroy, and we're sitting there trying so hard to just like be like, you know, sell it as well as we could. And he's listening to it, and I could see Oscar's like, and we're just like, I'm trying so hard not to fucking cry laughing. And of course I couldn't hold it in me. I'm a 7-year-old. And we turned around and I was just like hysterically laughing. He was like, what? And I was like, what'd you think of the song? And he was like, I want to listen to it again. That was like what he said. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And then we told him that it was like a joke and we played him Baby, but I missed that. I want to play that on tour. Is my point of bringing that up. Photosynthetic Baby coming to the Silence Between Songs tour.
Damn.
Yep.
If you need another reason to buy tickets, you found it.
You have it now.
Lucky you. Now, also, all Madison Beer's music is waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. So, link in the description below. Click it if you want it. You should want it. It's there. Same thing with this album. It's all up there.
Can you take us into the studio with Leroy? Like, what is that like? What do you bring him, and how does it all come together?
It's the best times ever. Like, I just love being in a room with him. I love spending time with him, and I love making music with him so much. And we have, like, you know, a few other people that we make music with, and it's, you know, One Love, Kinetics, Tobias Jesso Jr. worked on a few songs. Like, we just have had so many, this girl Lucy Healy, who's amazing. We've had so many people work on this album that are just incredible, that I'm so lucky to work with. So I just love making music so much. So when I go into the studio, I mean, like, specifically with Leroy, he'll either have, like, been having a concept that he was like, oh, I think this would be cool to write about. Like, I'll usually tell a story of some kind, not knowing that there'll be a song. I'll just be like, this happened, and then Leroy's secretly like typing on his computer notes about it, and then the next day he'll be like, so I have an idea, and I'll be like, okay, cool, let's get into it. And then we'll just like we usually will write the chords first, like we'll go on the piano or the guitar, pick whichever feels or sounds better, pick the chord progression, and then I'll kind of freestyle a melody over it, and then we'll just start writing lyrics. And I've like grown to really love songwriting. I used to like dread writing lyrics to a song because I thought that I wasn't good at it, and now I love doing it, and it's like one of my favorite parts. I love it.
Is it because of what you're going through, so you have more to pull from, who you're working with, combination of both?
Yeah, and I think I'm just like not boxing myself in anymore, and I'm not being like, oh, I'm too scared to say this. Like I'll say what I would want to say, and like I don't know, it's just fun. And I've always loved like writing poetry and like just writing in general. So I think that now loving songwriting has been awesome and so fun.
Fuck yeah. You're in control, sis.
And we say slay to that. That is what we say.
Slay.
What a good word, huh?
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's just one of those things that when it first became popular, I was like, this is gonna go away so quickly, and people were using it like in a cringy way. Now it's like, if you say slay, you get it. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
Like when someone's like slay, I'm not like, okay, you use like internet lingo. I'm like, slay.
And when you hear somebody say like something like slay mama boots.
Slay mama boots the house down. You're like, whoa, you understand.
Yeah.
What's that?
You know what's going on. You wouldn't get it. We're speaking right now, Dan.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Stay out of this one.
Stay out of that.
Do you dislike being a sex symbol? Because you definitely are one.
I don't know if
Sex
like, dislike
symbol.
is the right word. I
Sex
think like just
symbol.
maybe the objectification side of it is like not always so fun, but like
But the subjectification,
yeah,
that
I
can
think
be
it's
cool.
just weird because I can post like quite literally never anything like provocative, because I really don't think that if you look on my Instagram, like I've ever really posted anything that's like sex, like too much, you know. And so I think that it just sometimes gets a little bit.
She like sucks.
Yeah, like I do not like being objectified, nor does anyone. I don't like people like looking at me as. Yeah, I don't know how to like articulate this, but it's not something like I can complain about. I think it's like obviously.
She's talking about the
compliment
doctor's appointments.
have that feeling towards me, but like I just also don't think that should be the only feeling, and I think that like
What a specimen.
women
We have
sex
to
symbols,
prep
I also
this
don't
one
think myself
for
as a sex symbol,
breeding.
so like when you said that, I was like, whoa. But
That's really what
women
she's
specifically
complaining
who
about.
are sex symbols, I feel like just get like so objectified, and it's just like only ever about like their bodies and their like just anything, and I don't like that at all. Sorry, I'm like not making any sense.
No, you're making a bunch of sense. Are you queer?
Like, I mean, I'm bi. Do
Yeah.
I fall under the umbrella?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
But have you come out as bi?
Yeah, like.
Now with Cox Internet and Mobile,
Another
the price
ad.
of your
Here we
plan
are
won't
with
go
another
up for
ad.
3 years, guaranteed.
You'll get it done.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Like,
yeah, right, because I've heard
100 times.
Yeah, like, okay, got it.
But like not.
I know that until my producer brought it up to me.
Maybe I haven't actually. I think I only really came out once because I also don't like feel
You
like.
shouldn't have to come out. Coming out is a dated thing, but if you feel like you need to, you should live your truth however you choose.
Totally,
you
but
know.
you shouldn't have to. Like, you shouldn't have to.
No, when's the last time like a straight person pulled you aside and was like, just want to let you know, I'm heterosexual.
Yeah, I don't really. That's why I think I actually, when I say I've came out 100 times, I don't think that's true. I think I've actually only really said it a few times because I just like also don't. I don't know. Not that I don't think people are entitled to it. It just like doesn't. I don't know. I don't think that people's sexuality like should. I guess like define them. Like I think it's just like I actually don't really care who you want to sleep with. You know what I mean?
100%.
I don't really care.
Who gives a shit?
Who cares? Like, it doesn't affect me. But yes, I also definitely like girls a lot. I had a song on the album about a girl that I had a relationship with in a bit of a way, and I scrapped it because it wasn't, the song just wasn't good, but also, yeah.
What was it called?
It was called The Way She Loves Me.
Is this girl a celebrity? You can be honest. I think I've heard about this relationship.
No, you have not.
Maybe I have.
Who?
You tell me.
No, you have not. No, not really. I don't know. No.
What? Wait, so Brittany Broski.
Let's talk about Brittany Broski.
Are you like friends with her, and how does that friendship begin?
I am friends with her, and I couldn't love her any more than I do. She is just so amazing, and like, I don't know. I think that like I've had, you know, like I said earlier, I've had like a lot of friendships, I guess, out here. I've been friends with like whether it's, you know, other artists, influencers, people in just like the industry. You know how it is. Like when you go out, you just see like all types of people and from all different worlds and whatever. She's just like one of those people that I think seeing her. How did that friendship begin? That's a really good question because I don't know the answer to it.
Was it before or after Coachella? Because I.
Oh, before. You saw us together?
Yeah, I ran into us.
Yeah. So I definitely was the one who DM'd her, I think, and was just like, you are so fucking funny, and like, I cry laughing at everything that comes out of your mouth, and you're just amazing, and I love you, and like, I need to hang out with you one day. And we like never really did, and then I want to say like before Reckless came out, she came to my house, and I played it for her, and I showed her the video, and she was crying, and she was just like so fucking cute, and I was like, I just love her. And we had such a fun night together, and it was just like not awkward or weird, which is kind of like rare, and it was just great. And then ever since then, we've like hung out, just us two, a few times, and like she's just a very special person. And I think like the internet knows her as like this really funny, like, you know, just like loud, hysterical, like just like witty person, but like she's like also just so sweet and empathetic and like emotionally intelligent in so many ways, and like has really just seen me for who I am, and like that's been something that's been just like very refreshing and nice. And because sometimes I look at people like that and I'm like, you're never gonna think I'm like anything, like I don't know, like worth being friends with, but she has quite literally made that like so untrue, and she just will say, like, even here she said the nicest things about me.
And by the way, behind your, like when we got dinner, she was like saying the nicest, kindest things about you.
I just love
her.
her.
And I think it was right when you reached out or hung out once.
Probably.
Or twice.
Yeah, she's just amazing, and I just really value people like that who I feel like, you know, like I said, the internet knows her as like what she is, and that is her, but she's also such a like gentle, kind, sweet, beautiful soul, and I just love her. And we have such like awesome, deep fucking conversations about like we trauma bond super hard and all that stuff and whatever, but she's just great, and I'm really grateful to have her as a friend. She's fucking awesome.
On another note, I hate my life.
Oh hell yeah, it does.
Same as every day.
Too good.
Brittany Broski, we love you.
We fucking love you. I'm helping her design her house right now.
Are you the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
I love her.
You have good taste.
Thank you.
Remember that time I beat you out for an apartment that you really wanted?
We will never live that down. Because yes, I'm honestly glad I didn't get it, because I ended up loving the apartment I did get, but that was like a blow. I was like, you were walking, weren't you walking in, and I was walking out.
Yeah, they were like,
I was like,
somebody's up there seeing it right now, and I had this thing in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna know whoever's walking down.
Was it on the 11th floor?
Yeah,
I remember that.
1107.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that shit scarred me.
Stunning apartment.
Beautiful apartment. How long did you live there for?
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that was a great place.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Really nice.
Piece of shit.
And I don't even know. I
remember was like, can I text him and like beg him to not? And then I was like, nah, it's whatever, it's fine.
It was between the two of us.
I was gonna like threaten you. I was gonna text you and be like, you don't want to fucking know what I'll do. Yeah, it was between literally you and I. We both were applying for it, and you won. You won the battle.
How did Zach beat out you?
Dude. I mean, to be fair, I was also like an 18-year-old girl that had never like rented anything before, so they probably were like, we're gonna go with him.
Their biggest fear.
They were Madison Beer haters.
No, their biggest fear was that you were gonna walk around, and it was a celebrity building, meaning there's a lot of celebrities who live there, and the woman who lived underneath is a woman named Nancy Sinatra, who was very old.
Frank's wife
is old. I think, I don't know, something.
She's definitely, I would assume, related to B. Frank.
And Frank, and they were afraid that you'd walk around in heels or throw parties, and they'd hear.
Is that what they told you?
Yeah, that's what women do. They walk around their apartments in heels.
I swear on a
See,
snap.
look at the society we live in.
It's disgusting. And that was
Meanwhile,
2017.
I mean, they weren't wrong. But I definitely was never throwing parties at my apartment.
I threw way more parties.
I'm
you would
sure
have
you were more of a nuisance than I would have been, but I never threw parties at my apartment I ended up moving into. I definitely had people over, but like maybe the most people that's ever been in my place were like 10, 15 at a time. The most ever.
Well, I've had like 30.
Yeah, there's no way I've ever had more than that. But I also like never played loud music. I was always a very good neighbor, and I don't wear fucking heels. I never wear heels. Hello? I never wear heels. I will wear Uggs every day until I die if it was up to me.
I love your outfits.
Thank you.
Yeah, your aesthetic right now is nice.
Quintessential Madison.
It's
if you
good
ever see
stuff.
me in anything else, I was forced to be in anything else.
Oh, I have a rule. If there's a dress code or I have to wear a suit, I'm not going.
If there's a dress code, like okay, it depends. I think if there's a theme, how do you feel about like a theme?
I'm okay with a theme.
I'm down with a theme.
I'm down with a theme.
Kind of makes my life easier.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely down with the theme, but if they're like, you have to dress up or dress nice, count me out.
Really? I mean, I'm staying home from, like, I don't even need that reason.
That's true.
If someone's like, hey, you're invited to this party, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm staying home.
Make a good point.
And then I can use the excuse of the attire thing. But no, I fucking hate going out now. It's so crazy. Like, I never was someone that, like, loved going out because I don't really drink alcohol at all. So I've just, like, I don't know. I just, like, never enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm at a point where I, like, can't stand it. Like, if you ever see me at a club or anywhere that's, like, not my home,
Get more of the good stuff with Lactaid Calcium Enriched Milk.
Where's Joe? He's sick.
He must be a famous granddaughter. Just let me in. You're not leaving, are you?
Rated R. Only in theaters May 2nd.
either I'm getting paid or I'm fucking miserable. And I was forced against my will to be there.
And those places used to be your jam.
Oh, yes, indeed. You can Google Madison Beer Delilah. There are about 700 pictures of me going in and out of that joint. So, yes, it used to be, but I was sick in the head.
You also mentioned Madison Beer haters. Are there still a lot of them, or are they kind of just fizzled out?
Oh, I'm sure there's still an abundance of them, but I just don't like pay attention to them, or at least I try not to.
Okay. So
I feel like the love is more now. I do feel like it's chilled, but also like I just came to a point where I was like, people will always have this preconceived notion about me. I literally saw someone comment today actually on something where they were like someone said something. I don't know what it was on. I'm trying to remember what it was on. Someone said something about how like I look ugly now or something, and then someone responded and was like, you can't say she's ugly, but you can say that she's brain dead. Like, this girl is the dumbest person I've ever heard speak.
I see.
And I was like, okay, so like that is not true though. Like, and I don't think that that's true, and I think that that's a really unfair observation, and also not true. Like, you've probably never seen like an interview of mine. I don't think that like you would have that assessment if you did, and it doesn't matter to me anymore, honestly, because what I was gonna say is like, people will always have something to say about me, and anyone who's in the public eye. I'm sure that people have shit to say about both of you. Like, people will quite literally always have an opinion about everyone and everything, so you can't, and this is advice to anyone watching or listening, by the way, like, you can't, even if you're not a public figure, like, in your life, you cannot die on the hill trying to, like, prove and plead to people, like, please, no, like, this is who I am, because the right people eventually will see you for who you are, and, like, it's gonna just like figure itself out, and that's honestly what I do believe. And I feel like I've had more and more people in the last like 2 years, more than ever, be like, I understand now, you know. And I don't know, I'm just over trying to like prove myself to people.
I do feel like, unlike anyone else I've ever known, you've had to fight this battle and climb this hill of showcasing who you actually are as a person, unlike anyone else I've ever seen. Like,
it's just because of the way she looks. Let's be real.
Is it? I think that's such a like fucked up, like, I mean,
totally
like,
fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Like no, I'm not. Yeah, I know you don't think that would be okay, but it's like is that where we like the society we live is like people?
Yeah, it's called jealousy.
Yeah, I don't like that though. I think that's so. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm if that's the truth of it, and it stems all from, I don't think that it does stem from all jealousy. I think that it also stems from like the internet is fucking dangerous, and false information spreads so quickly, and someone can write or post whatever the fuck they want about me, and it can just catch on like wildfire, and then I have like hundreds of thousands of people who believe this about me, and I think I've just gone to this stage where like I do know myself, and I never can question like who I am, what I will do, won't say like who I am. Like I know who I am, what I stand for. I know what kind of person I am. I know that I care about other people. I know that I have a good fucking heart. And if you don't think that and you disagree, you probably don't know me. And if you want to feel that way, then like I don't really want to spend the rest of my life begging not to. And I know that you've both heard me talk about this, so it's like I used to be sad.
Like, and I feel like people who choose to ignore that side of you or like whatever, they're the ones missing out.
Yeah, and that's what I've realized is I do feel that that's true. And I feel like I have a lot to offer as a friend and as someone who like loves other people a fucking lot and cares so much for other people. And if you do want to just see me as like the Instagram model who's probably a bitch, Madison Beer, then like that's fine. And there are plenty of people who won't, and people who will love me for who I am. And I say that with also wanting to like instill that on any fan or any human being watching this that could potentially be like, you know, feeling in a similar way, because it can be really exhausting and tired. We're all human beings. We all want to be liked by people.
Didn't really know what I wanted out of life early on. Over the years, have really learned about what I want to pursue. Purdue Global has helped me with having the flexibility to go to school full-time as well as work full-time. Start your comebacks at purdueglobal.edu.
New Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones. That's DOS.
Who the fuck doesn't want to like have people be like, oh, I really like that guy, he was cool.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be liked. So it's really difficult when, for a majority of my like teen, young years, whatever, were spent feeling like everyone fucking hated me. It was really difficult. But now I'm like, well, I love me. And I know there are people who love me. And I've met some really affirming, amazing fucking people. Like even Aaron, who has been co-directing my videos with me, like wrote me this just like ridiculously kind, beautiful handwritten letter. I had like a few people over to my house when Spinnin', the video came out. And she like left this like letter on my bed that was just, I couldn't really believe it. And I still to this day get like very much so moved and touched by people that will say, like even someone commented on, I recently released, sorry, I like will shut up in a second. I recently released,
why you're here.
I recently released this like, Vogue released this video doing like a 24 hours with me. And I was reading through the comments and some of them were just so sweet. And like people being like, I could just tell she has a beautiful soul and she seems like she's such a kind person, and just all those things. Like those comments mean the fucking most to me. Like literally nothing means more to me than people saying stuff like that, because I think like your character is quite literally everything.
Character is fate.
And so when I read like Erin's letter that she wrote to me, it's still like it should show how much I care, because it fucking brought me to tears. And I was just like, it's something I'm still not used to, people being like, I love you and I think that you're a good person and I enjoy spending time with you. Like, I'm hesitant to even text some friends of mine sometimes because I'm like, am I annoying everybody?
Oh, I get that.
Do you know when you like leave a party or like not a party, like you're hanging out with people and you leave and you're like, my instinct is to always text people, sorry if I was weird and annoying. Like, I'm so sorry if I was just like being the worst.
Oh.
But then I will do that and people are like, what? You were amazing. We love hanging out with you. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, now I just look fucking crazy. Great. Awesome.
Been there.
Sick.
Been there.
That's always my instinct. Anytime I leave a room, I'll probably fucking text you guys and be like, sorry if I was being annoying and like didn't shut up.
Yeah, but it's rooted in security, which it shouldn't be. And then also like...
Well, it's rooted also in conditioning.
Yes, 100%.
Like,
100%.
fuck.
100%.
People have made me feel like
Well,
I'm the most
it.
annoying person in the world.
And I do think that like it's about, it's conditioning.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never meant to be annoying. I'm sorry that I said I was supposed to be in Ariana's video. I'm sorry.
Were you supposed to be in that?
I was. And I don't even want to bring it up or talk. I didn't even mean to bring it up. My brain was just like, say it. But it's just like that, even that whole situation, I could laugh about it now, but it's like, fuck, man, people were so mean to me about that. People were just like, she's so cringe, and why the fuck is she like... And I'm like, listen, the way that I said it was cringe, for sure. The way that it came out of my mouth was fucking cringy. But I was just talking to some of my fans, and I was just trying to like, I don't know. It was fucking cringe. I will get on the hate train with you, but I would never lie about something like that. That's what upset me the most. Was I was like, people started calling me a compulsive liar. I was like, wait a second. What? Why would I lie? Why would I lie publicly when I know people are like filming me and stuff? That was what was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, that's another example of like, I can't believe I'm talking about this. It gives me anxiety bringing it back up. But
you started it.
I know. My brain took over and was like, say it now.
I didn't even know it was a thing until I read it in the prep today, and I've known you forever.
You really, dude, it was a fucking thing on TikTok. Well, I tweeted recently. This is what made me feel like I could start like a very traumatic event. I could start speaking about it. It was because someone was like, when's Presley gonna be in the video? And I responded like he was actually supposed to be in the video. video, and people thought it was funny. So I was like, okay, I can make a joke about this now and not get like ripped on. But that situation, for